Welcome back to the 2025 Minnesota Shorts Showcase, presented by Twin Cities Film Fest. I'm your red carpet host, Lori Roovers, and with me I have uber talented filmmakers from the great state of Minnesota. Please introduce yourselves and your films.
Sure. Hi, my name is Kay Hannahan, and my film is titled New Facades. It's a documentary about the rise of authoritarianism in Hungary.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers. I'm the writer and director of The Mirror of Amun-Ra, which is a short film paying homage to classic adventure movies like Indiana Jones and The Mummy.
Very clearly, let's start with you, Jonathan. Very clearly related to Indiana Jones, filled with stunt actors who I know personally and are really fantastic. What made you choose that genre?
Well, I've been a fan of those movies my entire life. They were very formative for me and my love of cinema. I have been trying to kind of pull off my own variant on the genre as long as I can remember, and finally decided during COVID that I wanted to go for it. And so I met a bunch of talented people that share my love of the movies and the character, and we all just came together and tried to make something that was a very sincere, passionate, just tribute to this very special thing for all of us. So for me, it's a real love letter, and it represents just a critical part of my soul.
Do you have plans for a feature film? Is this story part of a larger feature?
One day that would be fantastic. Right now, my main goal is to try and maybe do some young adult literature with the character as just a way to start it off. But if I can somehow get, I don't know, someone to look at this and be like, this has potential for something bigger, like, invest in me. I have ideas. So
You took a chance with your location, being outside and in the woods. Where was that location?
We filmed in a couple different places in Minnesota and in Wisconsin. The most challenging one was definitely going up to the North Coast for the opening sequence. We went all the way up to Tedeguchi Falls to do an on-location waterfall. That was a very difficult, challenging one. We also filmed the bulk of it in Wisconsin on my cinematographer's family's property, and throughout the entire time we had to deal with things like rain or noise. Like, the weather is one of those things that you cannot control. It's always going to have a mind of its own. We just got through it with as much kind of focus and professionalism as we could, and I'm so proud of the work that everybody did, and I feel like it comes through in the movie feeling authentic. Like, there is no green screen, there is no sets, this is all real in the elements, so I think it adds something to it.
Thank you so much. And Kay, please tell us your background and your connection to Hungary.
Sure. I am born and raised in St. Paul, Minnesota, and I got a grant to go to Hungary, to Budapest, to make a totally different film. But when I got there was a real distrust in the media because of the Orban regime, and so I couldn't make the film that I wanted to make, that I had initially thought of, and so I made a film about the media takeover in Hungary. So I made a film about that instead.
And who is Orban?
Viktor Orban is the president, the prime minister of Hungary.
And how would you say the Hungarian government is similar to the U.S. government?
Well, that's kind of a little bit of the question that I leave at the end of the film is, there's really a rise in authoritarianism all over the world, and Orban has this new friend in Donald Trump, and so that's really the question is, there's authoritarianism now in Hungary, and they call it an electoral authoritarianism, electoral autocracy, which is there's elections there, but they're not free and they're not fair. And so there's this facade of democracy there. And, we're kind of the question that I leave at the end of the film is with this new relationship between Donald Trump and Viktor Orban, what's next for us?
That is the question. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, enjoy the show.